let's try this. This is my grid basis. It is three-dimensional, XYZ. This object is at the center. These points, point A, point B, point C, represent how I get my Z data from the terrain. So let me explain this. The object in the middle, the box, is the origin point. So it can move anywhere. This can translate anywhere around the XY basis. These drop at different Z points, at different heights. Therefore, I can take point A and the midpoint of B and C, create a triangle and solve it. The midpoint of A and C and the midpoint of A and B, and solve that triangle. So I can determine a general angle for which to apply to this box. That's what I'm essentially doing. Now, let's say that I rotate my object 40 degrees from the origin point. It's a 40-degree angle. You'll notice that point A, point B, and point C follow my object around. So whenever I get my Z data and solve my triangles, the angles that I'm getting are based on this 40-degree angle. And this is really how it works, because the object, which is being the player, it's never going to change on an X or a Y rotation, but it will always change on a zero, or on the Z axis. So the player will be able to look around and translate anywhere he wants to, and this is what determines where these come down, and I can create triangles. But if I explode this group, and after I solve my triangles and I have my rotation data, essentially where I want the how much I want the X to rotate, if it was say 15 degrees on the X and 8 degrees on the Y. The problem is, of course, you notice that this is going to use the world coordinate system. It will not use something like a gimbal system or a local system, which is what I need it to do. And that is where I'm getting hung up.